Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. The media's preferred way of lying is by omission. That's the easiest way. And what do I mean by that? They want to spew a narrative. They want to vomit on us on narrative. And they look at the evidence, which is like this, events, chronology, and they pick and choose and they put it together in such a way that will fit the narrative they want to vomit on us. This is the easiest way. Now, if you would go chronologically and get all the information, all the events, the facts, you put them together, the narrative will be whatever it will be. But not they start with a narrative first, and then they take whatever fits. So we have here an article that will show you exactly that. Let me give you an example. This article is about how we know that the Ukrainian casualties are more than 30,000 that they claim. I think that's the maximum they claimed. We have 30,000 or not even. I don't think they came out and said we have this and that. But I will show you with this one how logically you can figure it out. It's way more than 30,000. But let me show you. I'll give you an example. So let's say you see Gigi beating Mike on the street. And you immediately jump and you accuse Gigi because what you saw is Gigi beating Mike. This is what the media tells you. Gigi was beating Mike, and Mike is such a nice person. He sings in the church choir, and all that. And Gigi is the bad guy because he's part of a club, I don't know, manhood club or something like, oh my God, that's wrong. Okay, so there you have it. And then that's the whole story. We call them, picture Gigi, Mike. And that's the media. But they didn't tell you that before Gigi caught up with Mike, grabbed Mike, and then fuck him up, Mike killed Gigi's family. His children, his mommy, his daddy, and all that. He killed everybody. So then Gigi grabbed him, and he was in the process of distributing justice. They don't tell you that one. Why? Because they want to say that Gigi, who's in that club of manhood, is the bad guy. Got that? Simple. Now, let me show you this garbage. Not garbage, because it's very enlightening, this little article coming from the New Voice of Ukraine. I know you might look at it and say, what is Samuel talking about? Well, let me show you. That's the way I look at it. The New Voice of Ukraine. Ukrainians donate over 7,000 liters of blood in 2023, saving 50,000 lives. You say, wow. Now, this article was made with the intention, with a narrative, right? That, oh my God, look how many these guys are together. See how many lives? They would try to overemphasize this and make it, I don't know, 3 million if possible. The bigger this number for them, the narrative is stronger. See, the Ukrainians donate. They're all united. Look how much, which probably they did. I don't dispute the first part. I'm just saying that the second part tells me an idea, which is if 55,000 lives were at risk of dying, that means they were, let me see, wounded. So you had 50,000 people that were wounded. Do you think that there were like 10 people killed and 50,000 wounded? How probable that is in a war? Casualties, which is dead, versus I'm just making like this, okay? I mean, war is not fun. Those guys who fight over there, I understand. So I'm just making like this for obvious. Anyway, so they tell me 50,000 lives. They don't tell me, okay, if it's 50,000 lives, I can say that maybe 1 in 50 gets wounded and the rest, the 49, are dead. Because if you look at the survivors in something like this, but I don't have the evidence. I can't say maybe it's true. Maybe 3 people died and 50,000 were wounded. But they saved the lives. That means those 50,000 were critically wounded. How should I put it? Badly wounded if they saved the lives. So this is an example that I mentioned, example for you guys. You guys. To look at the media like this. Sometimes, as I said many times before, give you this analogy, you have the glasses, but they don't want to tell you how much the glasses cost. They want to tell you that's a fantastic product. It's done by whatever, very good. You see everything, including naked. You undress them. If you put them, you look, oh, they don't have, okay. These are fantastic. But they don't tell you this is, let's say, $50,000, the glasses. They don't want to tell you that. Then they make the article specific to tell you about the glasses without the price, which will change the whole perspective. And then I talk about this iPad. When you talk about the iPad, so the article is about the iPad, they say, oh, by the way, in order to read the iPad, you need the Emil's glasses, and oh, you see everything now. But the problem with the glasses, talking about the article with the iPad, the problem with the glasses, they mention it in passing, is that they cost $50,000 and they're very expensive. And you're like, if you read both articles, the one specifically for the glasses, you didn't know that. Did not know that. If you didn't read this article about this one, then you find out about the real price. But if you don't find out. So I think these 50,000 lives here saved, and I'm glad they were saved, right? Glad, because they're human beings, and I think they should not have been there because of the interest of these guys. That's the whole purpose. I think the Ukrainians are dying for other mercantile interests, money, and dominance and power, hegemony. So they tell me 50,000 lives. I think about 50,000 lives, I think you guys over there, I don't know, 200,000, 50, 250,000 dollars lives. That's how I think it is. If you got 50,000 lives here saved, I would guess it's about 250,000 people who died. And I think that's a conservative number. I don't have any evidence. I do not have any evidence. It's just me thinking about it. Wrongful as I'm thinking, but that 50,000, which these guys in this article tried to maximize it, tells me that it was a carnage in 2013. In 10 months of carnage. Ukrainians donated over 7,000 liters of blood in 2023, according to data reported by Ukrainian blood donor recruitment system Donor UA. A total of 14,000 blood donations were confirmed. So 7,000 liters, if you want to do it in gallons, divided by, let's say, 4. And you get it. Equivalent to potentially saving 50,000 lives. Equivalent to potentially now. Moreover, 35,000 new donors registered on the platform during the year, bringing the total number of registered blood donors to 150,000 people. So it's a lot of donations here. With over 100,000 of us, we undeniably represent a force of health that supports Ukraine. So that's the whole point right there. And the title is, you see the title? Ukrainians donate over, so that's present tense. Right now they're doing it. Over, not right now, in general, because right now would be present tense continuous. Over 7,000 liters of blood in 2023, saving 55,000 lives. Saving, so they are saving that. So I'm not going to get tangled in potentially over there, because that's like, potentially. No, guys, this is what the title is. Some people just stop with that one. Nevertheless, I think is, how should I put it, revealing. Now, if they do it just to tell us that potentially could be 50,000, maybe, but the title doesn't say that. It doesn't say potentially saving 50,000, because that's a big difference, don't you think, in the narrative? So Ukrainians donate 7,000 liters for blood, saving 50,000 lives. That means they are saving it. It's not like potentially. So why should I believe what's down there, and I don't believe the title? Because after all, most people just read the title. So I think that's a giveaway. I think willy-nilly, that's how I take it. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.